Hello, welcome to Heart everybody. Lovely to be with you, all you beautiful boys and girls out there, or your tama and kotiro. Kia ora, I hope you really enjoyed our last video we did about beautiful Lake Palliser. And also, did you get to see that there were some the beautiful seals and the beautiful fur seal colony? That was so special, wasn't it? And just remember, when you ever go and visit, and like Annie and I had to do when we were there, we had to be very respectful of being there, because that was their seals' home. That was their beautiful place. So we were careful just to watch them, to stay back and just watch them, and to not go too close to them, and just to try and not make too much noise. We could just talk normally, but just not make too much noise, otherwise the seals might get a bit of a fright and might start to get a bit scared and think, oh, you're going to hurt us, which we don't want to do, because they're beautiful. We just want to look at them and want them to feel safe and comfortable. So we just be careful with them when we go and see them, don't we? Okay, guys. Now, to follow on from our learning from that, I thought we can do a special, just read some facts about the ocean life in the Moana, and we'll just have a little read about a few things about that. And so this is not our story we're going to read, but this is just to learn a little bit about the oceans and the seas, because they're such beautiful places, and it's good to learn about them. So this is called Earth's Incredible Oceans, and it's written by Jess French, and it's illustrated by Claire McAlpatrick. You see that? Okay, so now we're going to learn all about the beautiful kelp that we find. And do you know what kelp is? Kelp also is just like seaweed, Can you see all the seaweed on the side? And this is all the beautiful creatures that benefit from the seaweed in the ocean, in the Moana. So over here we have some sea otters, and I'll move it up close. You can see them. They're so cute, sea otters. And sea otters protect the kelp by eating sea urchins. And the sea otters, what they do with their kelp is they wrap their bodies tight around it, so that when the big ocean comes, because you know how the ocean, the sea has big waves in it sometimes, they can be quite rough. They wrap themselves tight in the kelp so they don't get blown away out to sea. They can stay safe. That's how they use the sea kelp, and they help to eat the sea urchins. Can you see the sea urchins? Now, the beautiful colourful sea urchins, they normally eat lots of pieces. They eat lots of the kelp because they love the kelp, but sometimes they can eat too much kelp, and we need the kelp to stay there. We can't have them eating too much, because all the other creatures need the kelp too, and the kelp is very good for the sea. So the sea otters eat some of the sea urchins so that there's not too many of them. So that's how nature works. It all kind of balances out, which is pretty clever. And you know these ones, don't you guys? What are these ones? These are our beautiful sea lions. See, there's a sea lion, and then there's a baby, a pup. Babies are called pups, as you know from watching the last video we did. Now, did you know that the mum sea lion often has just one baby? The fur seals often, in New Zealand, the fur seals just have one baby, and sometimes they'll have twins, which means they'll have two babies. But oftentimes they'll just have the one, and then they'll have that special bond. They'll look after them, and they're very good at looking after them. See how they're swimming together? Isn't that lovely? And they have a special call, so that when the mum goes out to sea to get fish for her baby and things, and get strong so she can give her baby some beautiful nourishment, some beautiful milk, she might come back on the rocks and not be able to find her baby, because you saw how much seals were there, and how much little baby seals and big seals, and the bull seals, the big daddy seals, and she'll go, where's my baby? So she'll make a really special call, a special cry, a special call, and the baby will want to go, oh, that's my mum, and the baby will come out and go to the mum. Or if the baby gets lost, like when the mum is sleeping and moves around, the baby will be able to cry out, and the mum will, her ears will prick up and go, that's my baby, and she'll go and find her baby. They'll have their own unique call, which is pretty clever, isn't it, guys? Okay, let's see what else we have here. This is called the blacksmith fish. Can you see that? Those are blacksmith fish. And these crabs are called colourful crabs. Can you see that? I didn't know you could get colourful crabs, but apparently you do. And these crabs, they all change colour depending on what colour kelp they eat, because you can get lots of different colour kelps. See? So the crabs will change colour with the different cups that they're eating. So I suppose in different parts of the different seas, you can get different colour cups. And then that determines what colour the crabs are, which is pretty clever. I've heard flamingos are a little bit like that as well. What they eat, the type of algae they eat, also puts what colours they are too. Okay, so now the story we're going to read today. You ready for our story? Whakarongo. It's called Out in the Moana. Now, who knows what a Moana is? I know the New Zealand children might know because they know Te Reo. Can you say that word? Moana. Moana. There's a special movie called the Moana, and that's really special. So Moana is the sea, the ocean, isn't it? Like an awa is a river or a little lake, but the Moana is the big sea, the big ocean. So this is called Out in the Moana, and we know those beautiful creatures, don't we? The beautiful seals. And it's by Yvonne Morrison and Jenny Cooper. So they did this book together, the words and the beautiful pictures. Okay, let's read it. Wow, see over there, guys. Out in the Moana, under the sparkling sun, lived a mother sea lion and her little pup one. Swim, said the mother. I swim, said the one. So they swam to the shore together underneath the sparkling sun. Isn't that beautiful? You can see under the sea how the beautiful sun is streaming through under there. Makes it beautiful and light colours. Okay, and what do we have here, guys? Oh, out in the Moana, under a water deep as blue, lived a mother Maui dolphin and her young dolphins too. Leap, said the mother, we leap, said the two. So they leaped above the waves over the deepest blue. And you see Maui dolphins are quite a lot like porpoises, eh? They're not like you get your bottle dolphins, your normal dolphins with the beautiful long noses. These are a bit different. These are Maui dolphins, so they're a bit smaller and very much like the porpoises. Okay, let's see what's next. Oh, look at this. We've got out in the Moana in the calm flat sea lived a father blue penguin and his little penguins 3. Fish, said the father, we fish, said the 3. So they fished for dinner in the calm flat sea. Can you see the beautiful blue penguins? And I've got a blue penguin over here to show you guys. Look at this. You see the beautiful blue penguin and the noise? That's the sound the penguins make, isn't it? Even the emperor penguins sound pretty similar to that sound. And the little blue penguins are the smallest type of penguins you can get in the world. And they do live in New Zealand as well. The little blue penguins, they're gorgeous. You see them swimming? Penguins are very good swimmers, aren't they? They can dive very deep. The penguins, look at that. Okay, now what's next? Whoa. Look at those scary creatures, guys. You know what those are? Out in the Moana, far out from the shore, lived a mother moray eel and her little eels 4. Snap, said the mother, we snap, said the 4. So they snapped at the passing prey far out from the shore. Look at that. All the baby eels are learning what eels do, don't they? When they snap their prey. Look at those sharp teeth. I think I might want to stay away from those moray eels. And these ones too. Out in the Moana, where people sometimes come to dive, lived a mother maku shark and her little sharks 5. Smile, said the mother. We smile, said the 5. So they showed their fearsome teeth to the people on their dive. Wow, can you see that? Look at that, and look at all those big teeth. Look at the 5 sharks on the people. Oh my gosh, they're pretty brave, aren't they? Some people do that. They like to dive with the sharks. And some people even go in cages. They put cages, and they go in the cages, and they go deep down into the water with their wetsuits on and their oxygen on so they can still breathe. And they put the meat around them, and all the sharks come swim around them. It'd be a bit scary, wouldn't it? I think it might be a bit scary, but some people would find that exciting. They've just got to make sure to keep their fingers and things away from the outside of the metal bars, although it might get eaten up. Okay, shall we see what's next? Okay, look at that. Out in the Moana, where the strong currents mixed, lived a father seahorse and his little seahorses 6. Grip, said the father, we're grip, said the 6. So they hung on with their tails where the strong currents mix. See, look at that. All this beautiful little baby seahorses, the baby seahorses. Now, they're quite camouflaged, aren't they, guys? Do you know what camouflage means? Camouflage means when they kind of get to be the sort of same colour as the rest of the ocean and the sea and the things that are on them, so they're a bit hard to see. So shall we see if we can count them to make sure that there is 6, because we don't want any to be lost, like our little ducklings sometimes got lost in our other stories. So shall we count the seahorses and make sure they're there? You ready to help me count? Tahi, rua, toru, fa, rima, onu. Should we count in English now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. They're all there. Thank goodness. All the little babies are with their dad. Okay. Look at this, guys. Wow. Out in the Moana, in a tranquil ocean heaven, lived a mother jellyfish with a little jellyfish 7. Drift, said the mother. We drift, said the 7. So they drifted and they bobbed up in their tranquil ocean heaven. See the little jellyfish? Okay. Oh, out in the Moana, where predators drift, lived a worried mother flounder and her little flounders 8. Hide, said the mother. We hide, said the 8. So they hid beneath the sand, far from the predators who wait. Oh my goodness. Now, do you guys know what a flounder is? A flounder is a type of fish, type of ika mahi. Can you see the flounder? And they're very much camouflaged because they go and hide if they're scared about being eaten, or maybe scared of the big nets the fishermen's put down to come and eat them. So they go and hide under in the seabed, which is in the sand at the bottom of the sea. And can you see how they're the same colour as the sand? You almost find it very hard to see, don't you? See them. So that's called camouflaged, when they blend in with the environment. Can you see that? Say that word? Camouflaged. Camouflaged. It's a big word, eh? That's what they are. And that's pretty clever of nature too, isn't it? To make them the same colour so they can stay protected. Okay. Oh, look at this. Out in the Moana, beneath the salty brine, lived a father hermit crab and his little crabs 9. Swap, said the father. We swap, said the 9. So they swapped for bigger shells beneath the salty brine. Wow, look at that giant hermit crab. That's the big daddy one, and there's all his little babies, all his children. And they're all trying to find bigger shells to go in under. So remember, when you're looking for shells at the beach, just be a little bit careful, especially with the bigger shells, if they haven't got crabs in them, because that might be the crab's home. Okay. Look at this. Out in the Moana, in a rough, rocky glen, lived a mother octopus and her octopus's 10. Go, said the Moana, we go, said the mother, we go, said the 10. So off they went to live their lives, far from the rocky glen. There's the octopus. And all babies, I'll go up close so you can see the little octopus babies. Look at that. And the mum's saying, go, you can leave home now. So do you remember when one of our stories we did earlier on, I don't know if you read it, and if you haven't, that's okay, you can read it another time when you want to. It's called The Sugar Glider. And the sugar glider was a possum, and that possum also lived at home. And she had to leave home and go and find a new home as well. Just like all these little octopuses are doing, isn't it? Having to go out into the sea and find their own place to be in. This is all about the different creatures. I hope you really enjoyed that story about the beautiful ocean and the beautiful sea and the Moana. Okay. Wow. Thank you for listening, guys. Hope hope you enjoyed that story and learning all about our beautiful oceans. Okay, you take care. If you've got the day ahead of you, you enjoy your day ahead. Be good and do good listening to Mum and Dad. And if it's night time, you have a nice sleep and cuddle up and sweet dreams. Okay, and I'll see you another time. Matiwa. Thank you for listening. Bye. You.